In the dense darkness of jungles and swamps, a predator without fangs or claws strikes fear into the entire forest. It's the python, nature's silent killer. No chasing, no tearing, just one powerful squeeze is enough to end prey many times its size. With a length over 6 meters and unimaginable muscle strength, this giant reptile embodies patience and death. But what happens when it picks the wrong target? This video takes you into the strangest and most unexpected battles of the python in the wild, where the hunter can suddenly become the hunted. Get ready to be pulled into the wild world where power and brutality reign. The crocodile, a silent ambusher beneath the water's surface, is feared for its steel trap bite and lightning-fast attacks, haunting the wild. But hidden deep in the thick swamps, another force spreads just as much terror: the giant python. Without claws or sharp fangs, it uses raw muscle power to squeeze the life out of its prey, leaving no chance of survival. When two apex predators share the same territory, any encounter can explode into a life or math battle, where only one gets to crawl out of the swamp alive. Beneath the seemingly calm surface, a deadly battle is quietly unfolding. A giant python silently approaches, aiming to unleash its crushing grip on a crocodile. But in an instant, the crocodile twists and snaps with a thunderous bite, clamping down on the python's body. With no time to react, the snake is dragged out of the water and violently thrashed in the crocodile's jaws. Each slam is a brutal punishment, leaving the python limp and helpless. The ambush has flipped. From predator to prey, the python quickly becomes the victim, and this time, it's the crocodile that ends the fight with unstoppable force. Just one moment of carelessness, and the young alligator falls into the hands of death. As it swims slowly near the shoreline, it has no idea that beneath the layer of fallen leaves and mud, a giant python lies silently in wait. Suddenly, the snake strikes, wrapping the small prey in a lightning-fast coil. One careless second, and the price is life, brutal but real in the wild. A rare showdown erupts beneath the murky water as a giant python suddenly lunges, clamping down on the crocodile's snout in a bold strike. Hit right at a weak spot, the crocodile reels from the blow, stunned and momentarily backing off. Moments later, the two entangle, thrashing violently in a swirl of splashing water. It's a tense clash between the python's raw muscle power and the crocodile's steel-trapped jaws. Every counterattack error. In the wild, size and a fierce appearance don't always guarantee dominance. The giant python proved that with a cold-blooded ambush. Silently slithering from the bushes, it suddenly wrapped itself around a young alligator that had wandered near the shore. Despite the gator's thick skin and sharp claws, the python held firm. A fierce struggle followed, but the snake's patience and tightening coils slowly drained the alligator's strength. Once the prey went still, the rest was just routine. The python opened its jaws wide and began swallowing the gator, bit by bit until the entire body disappeared into the predator's frame. Under the sunlight, all that remained was a swollen belly, a chilling reminder of a ruthless, swift, and haunting hunt. Here comes the scene of a young alligator wandering along the water's edge, when suddenly a giant python bursts out from the bushes. Without hesitation, the snake grabs the gator's body and drags it across the ground with force. Before the prey can react, the python coils its muscular body tightly around it, squeezing without mercy. The alligator thrashes in desperation, but its young strength is no match for the predator's crushing pressure. Within minutes, the struggle fades into silence. The gator's body goes completely still, and soon it begins to vanish into the python's widening jaws. A cold, swift, and ruthless end, just as nature intended in the harsh wild. A lightning-fast ambush breaks the still waters as a giant python lunges, clamping down on the crocodile's neck, a critical weak point for the reptile. Caught off guard, the crocodile lets out a painful roar, trying to bite back in panic. But the python is already one step ahead. In a flash, its muscular body coils tightly around the crocodile, each squeeze locking down movement even more. The struggle becomes suffocating and one-sided. Despite its famously powerful bite, the crocodile finds itself completely overpowered this time. Sensing life slipping away, it thrashes and retreats toward the shore in a desperate, weakened state. The clash ends swiftly, with victory going to the silent but powerful predator, the python, a cold-blooded symbol of strength in the wild. The capybara, also known as the water pig, is the largest rodent in the world and a symbol of calm in South America's wetlands. They live in large herds, often gathering along riverbanks or soaking in cool water to rest and relax. With their gentle nature, capybaras seem to coexist peacefully with most nearby animals. But in the wild, gentleness can sometimes be a weakness. Beneath the floating plants and muddy waters of the Amazon hides the anaconda, a silent hunter with terrifying patience. With its massive body, perfect camouflage, and immense strength, the anaconda sees these plump, peaceful rodents as ideal targets for lightning-fast, ruthless ambushes. And once caught in the crushing coils of this giant snake, calmness is no defense. Only a tragic end in the harsh survival game of the jungle. In what seems like a peaceful river, a herd of capybaras cautiously crosses the water, unaware that a predator lurks just beneath their feet. From the still surface, a giant anaconda suddenly strikes like lightning, wrapping tightly around the last capybara in line. Panicked, the rodent thrashes, but the crushing grip feels like a steel vise, and every struggle only drains its strength faster. Without hesitation, the anaconda opens its jaws wide and slowly swallows its prey in the murky water. Once the meal is over, it sinks silently to the riverbed, leaving the water calm once again, as if nothing had happened. The rest of the herd scatters in fear, shaken by the sudden loss of one of their own. A brief moment, but enough to etch the fear of ever-present danger deep into the wild. Hidden beneath the thick layer of water plants in the Amazon swamp, the anaconda waits silently, a killer in the shadows. Its cold eyes track every move of a group of capybaras grazing near the water's edge, completely unaware of the danger creeping closer. The water remains calm and silent. Only death is drawing near. Suddenly, the surface explodes. the giant snake bursts upward like an arrow, wrapping its muscular coils around an unlucky target. The capybara struggles weakly, but the crushing force makes resistance pointless. Once the prey lies still, the snake slowly opens its jaws and begins to swallow it whole, bit by bit, with no rush. We've just witnessed some unbelievable python attacks. If you enjoy thrilling stories from the wild and want to see more epic survival battles, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a single moment of this amazing nature journey. The hippo is one of the largest land mammals on Earth, second only to elephants and rhinos. They live mainly in African rivers and lakes, spending most of their time in the water to stay cool and protect their sensitive skin. Though herbivores, hippos are famously aggressive. But what happens when they pick the wrong opponent? This video takes you into some of the wildest, most unexpected hippo battles in nature, where predators can suddenly become prey. Get ready to dive into a world where power and brutality rule. The rhino is a powerful warrior of the savanna, with thick armor-like skin and a sharp horn used for defense and claiming territory. Though it may look slow, it becomes extremely dangerous when provoked. Like the hippo, the rhino's bulky appearance hides explosive strength. When these two giants face off, it's not just a battle of brute force. In the quiet night, a hippo leaves the river to graze, while a rhino roams nearby in search of grass. On an open patch of land, the two giants suddenly cross paths. Heavy breaths fill the air. Knocked back, the startled hippo turns and flees, leaving the ground to its rival. On the riverbank, a hippo and a rhino unexpectedly cross paths. Both are massive and powerful. Instantly, another hippo charges forward, mouth wide open, growling fiercely as it rushes in. Lions are top predators, symbols of strength on the savanna. But when facing a hippo, the ruler of the rivers with massive jaws and fierce aggression, even lions must be cautious. Their clash isn't just a test of strength. Hippos mainly eat grass and must leave the safety of the water to graze. Unfortunately, that's also when lions are out hunting. Spotting the hippo, the lion pride quickly closes in and attacks. Surrounded, the hippo opens its mouth wide in warning and fights back fiercely to break free. In the end, it manages to escape, retreating back to the river and away from the predator's claws. As the dry season hits and water grows scarce, animals are forced to compete for every remaining pool. A hungry lion pride approaches a river already claimed by a group of hippos. One bold male lion edges closer to the water's edge. Without hesitation, the massive hippo charges forward, driving the intruder away and defending its territory. The video captures a breathtaking river battle as an angry hippo drives a lion out of its territory. Seeing the lion off balance, the hippo delivers a powerful blow, making it stagger. Instantly, a crocodile seizes the chance, attacking the weakened lion and pushing it to the brink of death. But the hippo doesn't. It charges straight at the crocodile to defend its ground. Amid the chaos, the injured lion struggles to escape, limping away with serious wounds. Up next is the moment a brave hippo faces off against a fierce lion pride. Despite repeated attacks, the hippo stands its ground, fighting back without giving in. In the end, its sheer endurance wears the lions down. They are forced to retreat and give up. Crocodiles are some of the most feared ambush predators in the water. They are known for their crushing bite that can shatter bone. Yet despite their ferocity, crocodiles remain wary of hippos. Hippos are massive giants with huge jaws and aggressive temperaments. They are ready to attack anything that invades their territory. In the battle for river dominance, crocodiles and hippos are two powerful forces that make nature itself hold its breath. In the murky river, a young hippo carelessly strays from its herd. It falls into the sights of a group of lurking crocodiles. In an instant, the crocs strike, clamping onto the calf and dragging it underwater. Nearby, the adult hippos snarl angrily but can't save the young one in time. On the shore, a pride of lions silently watches. In the rushing river, a lone hippo is suddenly surrounded by a pack of crocodiles. Sharp-toothed jaws lunge from all sides, biting its legs, sides, and neck. The hippo roars furiously, thrashing and snapping its huge jaws in defense. But the sheer number of attackers is overwhelming. Slowly, its strength fades. It's dragged under, becoming a rare prize for the bloodthirsty crocodiles. A hippo calmly approaches the riverbank for a drink. It accidentally bumps into a hidden crocodile nearby. Startled, the crocodile thrashes and quickly slips away into the water, eager to escape the massive giant. The hippo glances briefly, then casually returns to drinking, unfazed by the fleeing predator. Zebras are herbivores known for their striking black and white stripes and strong herd instincts for protection. Though they seem gentle, their kicks are powerful enough to injure predators. When crossing rivers, zebras face dangers from lurking crocodiles or even hippos. While not predators, hippos are fiercely aggressive when their territory is threatened. Though hippos are herbivores and mainly graze on riverbank grasses, they sometimes eat meat. This happens especially under harsh conditions like drought, food shortages, or when they find animal carcasses. There have been recorded cases of hippos eating zebra remains. While rare, this behavior is real. Despite not being predators, hippos can become extremely aggressive and shift into scavenger mode. They may even drive off other animals to claim a carcass for themselves. A herd of zebras crosses a raging river during their brutal migration. It's a journey where even the smallest mistake can cost a life. As they struggle against the strong current, the first threat doesn't come from lurking crocodiles. It comes from an unexpected source, a hippo. Though not a predator, the aggressive hippo charges at a lone zebra that strayed too close. The violent attack sends the herd fleeing in panic. The unlucky zebra thrashes helplessly in the water. Within minutes, the scent of blood draws in crocodiles. Hyenas are clever, stubborn hunters of the savanna. They are known for their powerful jaws and tight pack coordination. While they often hunt grazers or steal kills from others, hyenas rarely dare to face a hippo head-on. The hippo is the giant of the river, famous for its aggression and readiness to attack anything that invades its territory. In the wild, even fierce predators like hyenas know to be cautious when crossing paths with a hippo. On the riverbank, A dying hippo lies gasping. It is drained from battle or heavy injuries. A pack of fierce hyenas quickly spots the chance and rushes in without hesitation. The hippo tries to use its last bit of strength. It opens its mouth and shakes its head to fight back, but its massive body is too weak. Within moments, the hyenas overwhelm it. They tear apart the giant and turn it into a bloody feast on the harsh savanna. A hippo follows a group of impalas onto land. Suddenly, it runs into a pack of wild dogs and hyenas lurking nearby. In an instant, both predator groups charge in, surrounding the hippo. Overwhelmed by their numbers, the hippo can't fight back. It can only growl, shake its head, and quickly retreat. It stumbles back toward the river for safety. A lone hippo wanders on the dry riverbank. It is unknowingly caught in the sights of a hungry pack of hyenas. With their stubborn nature and pack tactics, the hyenas take turns biting and tearing. They leave the hippo badly injured. Despite its efforts to fight back, the hippo weakens. It is unable to escape and eventually becomes a feast for the hyenas on the open savanna. Three hungry hyenas spot a lost baby hippo by the riverbank. With sharp eyes and eerie laughter, they rush in to attack. The baby hippo struggles, opening its mouth and shaking its head. But its small body stands no chance against the hyena's sharp teeth. In just moments, the baby is overpowered and becomes an easy meal for the pack. We just witnessed some unbelievable hippo attack moments. If you love exciting stories from the wild and want to see more life and death battles, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a video on this amazing nature journey. Crocodiles are top reptile predators, known for their razor-sharp teeth and incredibly powerful bite. They live in both freshwater and saltwater, often lurking just beneath the surface to ambush prey. With their excellent camouflage, crocodiles are true masters of surprise attacks. But what happens when they pick the wrong opponent? This video takes you into some of the wildest and most unexpected crocodile battles in the animal kingdom, where the hunter can suddenly become the hunted. Get ready to dive into the wild, where strength and brutality reign supreme. The jaguar, the silent predator of the jungle, is famous for its striking spotted coat, skull-crushing bite, and incredible strength for its size. The crocodile, on the other hand, is a master of ambush in the water, armed with knife-sharp teeth and a bone-crushing snap. When these two legendary hunters face off, it's not just a clash between land and water. It's a heart-pounding showdown between the jaguar's speed and cunning and the crocodile's cold, deadly power. The jaguar spots a crocodile sunbathing on the riverbank. Carefully, it creeps along the edge, silently swimming closer. Waiting for the perfect moment when the crocodile lets its guard down, the jaguar suddenly leaps, landing a powerful strike. The crocodile immediately fights back, thrashing its tail and snapping its jaws. But under the jaguar's overwhelming strength and deadly bite, it can't hold out for long and is quickly subdued. The jaguar silently moves along the riverbank, weaving through the thick grass, its sharp eyes fixed on the water, tracking the crocodile's every move. When the moment is right, it doesn't hesitate. It dives in, delivering a precise bite to the vulnerable spot just behind the crocodile's neck. Caught off guard, the crocodile has no time to strike back, managing only a few desperate thrashes before it's overpowered. The jaguar clamps down firmly, dragging the heavy crocodile onto shore, proving the fearsome strength of a top predator. The jaguar stands on the riverbank, its glowing yellow eyes locked onto a crocodile lounging carelessly in the water. Sensing the moment, the jaguar springs forward, sending up a spray of white water as it strikes. But the crocodile, driven by sharp survival instincts, senses the danger just in time. It thrashes hard and slips quickly back into the river, narrowly escaping the predator's ambush. The jaguar grips the crocodile's neck underwater, holding tight as the croc thrashes, but struggles to fight back. In a brief moment, the crocodile manages to break free, desperately twisting and thrashing to slip back into the water. But the jaguar doesn't miss a beat. It dives after, launching a fierce attack amid the white splashing water. Just seconds later, the crocodile is overpowered once again, exhausted and pinned as the jaguar clamps down and drags its heavy body onto the shore, proving its unmatched hunting dominance. The jaguar slips through the water, moving smoothly as it tracks the crocodile, its sharp eyes locked on the target. Just as the crocodile crawls onto shore, thinking it's safe, the jaguar bursts forward from behind. It launches a lightning-fast pounce that leaves the crocodile no time to fight back. Completely overpowered, the crocodile can only thrash weakly as the jaguar clamps down and drags it onto the riverbank, showcasing the jaguar's stunning hunting power. The tiger, known as the Lord of the Jungle, moves with silent steps, but carries the power of a top predator. Each strike is strong enough to bring down even the largest prey. Nearby, beneath the still water, the crocodile waits like an ambush monster, its cold eyes locked in, ready to launch a bone-crushing attack the moment its target slips up. When tiger and crocodile meet, it's not just an encounter between two legendary predators. It's a heart-pounding showdown of speed, strength, and killer instinct, where only one will walk away victorious. The tiger moves quietly through the water, each step careful as it searches for prey mid-river. Clamping its jaws tightly around the catch, it uses raw strength to drag the heavy carcass up onto the bank. Every movement is firm and commanding. Beneath the surface, the crocodile watches in silence, its cold yellow eyes betraying a hint of frustration as the prize slips out of reach. Though a master of ambush in the water, this time the crocodile is powerless. It is left to watch as the tiger claims victory and calmly walks away with its prize. A fierce tiger stands in the water, its sharp eyes locked on a group of 3 crocodiles silently closing in. At first, the tiger roars and swipes its claws, trying to intimidate them. But the crocodiles don't flinch. As the tiger lunges to attack, all 3 crocodiles thrash their tails and snap their razor-sharp jaws from every side. Overwhelmed in the churning, muddy water, the tiger has no time to defend itself and is quickly taken down. The fight ends with victory for the crocodiles, proving the overwhelming power of united underwater predators. The anaconda is the mysterious giant of South America's swamps, known for its massive body stretching dozens of feet. Its crushing strength is powerful enough to snap bones, and it can drown prey underwater. Even without venom, it ranks among the planet's most feared killers, silently ambushing and squeezing victims until they suffocate. The crocodile, on the other hand, is an ambush predator armed with razor-sharp teeth and a bone-crushing bite. The anaconda silently swims up from the river bottom, its massive body gliding smoothly through the water. Suddenly it comes face to face with a crocodile, lurking near the riverbank. Sensing danger, the anaconda quickly turns and retreats, slithering back toward the river. But the crocodile doesn't miss its chance. It lunges forward, thrashing its tail and sending water flying as it charges after the fleeing snake. On the damp riverbank, a massive anaconda slowly slithers forward when it suddenly spots a crocodile approaching. Both top predators freeze for a tense moment, locking eyes. The anaconda inches closer, flicking its tongue to sense the air. But as soon as it detects the threat from this formidable hunter, it quickly turns and retreats into the brush, avoiding a dangerous confrontation. Lions are among the most powerful predators on the savanna, known for their striking golden manes, muscular bodies, and the strength of the pride. They typically hunt in groups, working closely together to bring down large prey. But even as land's top predator, lions must stay alert to hidden dangers. When they approach riverbanks, they face crocodiles, ambush hunters lurking beneath the water. Armed with sudden strikes and razor-sharp teeth, crocodiles pose a real threat. Though they rule the land, lions must always be cautious near the water, where one quick move from a crocodile can turn the tables in an instant. At the lakeside, a deer carcass lies at the water's edge, drawing in both a large crocodile and a lion pride. The crocodile moves in first, clamping onto the body, but is quickly surrounded by the growling, snarling lions flashing their teeth in warning. Though powerful, the crocodile knows it can't take on a whole pride on land. After a few tense moments, it releases the deer and quietly slips back into the water, leaving the lions to claim the rest. A giant hippo carcass floats in the river, quickly drawing a hungry swarm of crocodiles, tearing into it. From the shore, a group of lions approaches, growling as they try to intimidate the crocs to steal the meat. A bold male lion charges into the water, heading straight for the crocodiles, hoping to drive them off. But the crocodiles stand their ground, thrashing their tails and snapping their jaws in warning. Realizing he's outmatched, the lion quickly gives up and retreats back to shore, leaving the crocodiles to continue their feast. Still in the muddy river, a brave lioness faces off against a crocodile. She tries to bite and claw at it, but the crocodile quickly thrashes its tail, sending up huge splashes and launches a fierce counterattack. Overwhelmed, she turns and flees, swimming hard back to shore, leaving the fight behind as the powerful river predator dominates the scene. A lion spots a crocodile lying still in the riverside grass, its rough back just barely visible. Cautiously, the lion swipes its paw at the croc's body to test its reaction. Startled, the crocodile jerks up and snaps its jaws in warning. But at that moment, the whole lion pride arrives, surrounding the crocodile from all sides and launching a coordinated attack. The crocodile thrashes its tail trying to fight back, but takes multiple bites and swipes. Luckily, it finds a gap and quickly scrambles back to the river, escaping at the last second. Wildebeests are herd-dwelling herbivores living on the African grassland. They migrate seasonally in search of fresh grass and water, often needing to cross rivers where crocodiles lie in wait. When crossing rivers, they become prime targets for crocodiles lurking below, ready to launch deadly ambush attacks. No matter their strength or speed on land, wildebeest are always at risk when stepping into the water. The wildebeest herd gathers at the riverbank, lowering their heads to drink after a long migration. Suddenly, one is ambushed. A crocodile lunges up, biting its neck and yanking it into the water. The splash and thrashing send the herd into a panic, scattering in all directions. But within seconds, more crocodiles surge in from across the river, teaming up to strike the unlucky wildebeest left behind. The herd of wildebeest crowds together, charging into the river, determined to push forward on their migration journey. But beneath the muddy surface, crocodiles lie in wait, perfectly positioned for this moment of chaos. As the wildebeest swim into the middle of the river, several are instantly attacked. Crocodiles lunge up, clamping onto their legs or necks, yanking them under. Splashes and desperate thrashing echo across the water as the unlucky wildebeest are dragged deep into the deadly current. The herd of wildebeest bravely crosses the river, each one reaching the shore safely amid splashing hooves and churning water. It seems like a perfect crossing until the very last wildebeest, just meters from land, is suddenly ambushed by a crocodile lunging from below, clamping hard onto its leg. Against the strong upstream current, the wildebeest struggles desperately. But the crocodile's power is too much. In just a brief moment of distraction, it's yanked down and disappears beneath the surface, becoming the sole victim in what seemed like the herd's flawless river crossing. A herd of wildebeest rushes to cross the river, but is suddenly ambushed by crocodiles. The crocs clamp onto the weakest ones, dragging them into the muddy water. Just as the crocodiles seem to have secured their catch, a massive hippo charges in from a distance. Ignoring the crocodile's haunt, the hippo opens its huge mouth and slams into the struggling wildebeest with overwhelming force. It seizes the carcass straight from the crocodile's jaws. Hippos are large mammals living mainly in African rivers and lakes. Even though they're herbivores, they are famously aggressive, with massive bodies, wide jaws, and sharp tusks. Despite their plant-based diet, they won't hesitate to attack intruders, even crocodiles. While crocodiles are fierce ambush predators in the water, they usually stay cautious or keep their distance when facing an adult hippo. A massive herd of hippos gathers by the riverbank, where a few crocodiles are sunbathing, trying to enter hippo territory. Instantly, the adult hippos open their mouths wide, bare their teeth, and let out loud, threatening roars. Without hesitation, the entire herd charges into the water, splashing and ramming toward the crocodiles. Overwhelmed by the hippo's sheer strength and numbers, the crocodiles are forced to retreat. They dive underwater and pull back from the hippo's area. A group of crocodiles accidentally swims into the territory of over 30 hippos. As soon as the adult hippos spot the intruders, they roar and charge into the water at incredible speed. Repeated hits from the massive herd leave the crocodile no chance to fight back. It's quickly overwhelmed and becomes a brutal feast for the hippos. We just saw some unbelievable crocodile attacks. If you love exciting wild animal stories and want to see more intense survival battles, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a moment of this amazing wildlife journey.